now you're live.
Okay.
We'll call the meeting to order of the July 16th, 2025 Noblesville Township Board meeting. It's 3:00 and we will consider ourselves in session. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda or any additions or deletions.
I was going to make just a change. Shauna, it should be coming. I guess I'll run and go get her. But Shauna and I have taken all the suggestions for the community center renovation, suggestions that Mary Sue has, pictures that Shauna and Mary Sue worked on, and she has put together a little packet, and her and I were going to go over that. So I would like to make that right after we approve the June minutes, and we can go through it. And she's got to head out to get kiddos. So if we could just make her first, and then we can go into everything else.
Okay, very good. Anything else? Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion
I stand.
as added on.
Yeah, I can make sure that that gets properly there.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The agenda is approved with the addition of Shauna right after the approval of the June minutes, which we'll do that now.
And then I guess
So, do we have any additions, deletions, corrections to the June 18th, 2025 Township Board minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
I do have a correction,
Okay.
always.
sorry.
Under facade grant, the last line, it talks about Ben Conrad would be interested in working on the project for the community center. Actually, he is interested as construction manager for the office space remodel. The community center will be more standalone because, excuse me, we can get that completed hopefully much faster. And it's a whole lot less complicated. And so he'll be working on the much more complicated, or he will be giving us a bid. We also have to get
Not for this.
a
Sorry.
total of 3 bids, and I'm sure Teresa's gonna go over that, and advertise. So he's just one step, and we have many more to go.
Can I tell them to leave you until after we close?
Oh, no.
Right.
Okay.
With that correction, and we have a motion on the floor.
We have a motion to approve with the corrections of the minutes.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. That takes care of that.
Yes, here, you guys need to sign this. Yes.
What are we doing?
You're gonna sign the minutes.
Okay.
And then, I guess, is it okay for Shauna to pass out her information?
Yeah, Shauna's here to update us on the community.
Yeah. I made that correction.
That crazy day, I was a little bit. So what she did is just made up this little packets before pictures and what it could potentially look like with everything that Shauna and Mary Sue have suggested. And again, some of these aren't like perfect. It's just the ideas that got thrown in there kind of thing. So if you look at the very beginning, this is our front right now as it currently stands. If you turn the page where it says facade grant, this is what the grant will pay for.
Except for the new sidewalk, so I need
Except for the new
to,
sidewalk.
yes. So we need to mark that one off. But
Well, no, so you can't
SAR
have-
grant won't cover that. We have to get the sidewalk fixed because the front step is literally falling apart, like it's crumbling. But we're gonna, but the facade grant won't cover that, so.
It's not this one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's a permanent fixture, I guess. So.
So if you turn the page, and if you have questions, we're gonna go through this somewhat quickly, but if you have questions, obviously. So this picture is clearly not, we still have our mural that we have to technically keep for 3 years. You can't really tell on here, but we liked, like a black door with windows
I
on
know
it.
this one's not good.
Yeah, you can kind of see it in there, but we like just a more, I guess, fancy black door look that has windows in it. And then, of course, that barn look post. Shauna liked these planters out front.
I like the planners.
Yeah. One of the biggest things was, if you can see, this is ridged right now. And if we could do a plain with black trim, and then Shauna and I said we liked that 3D sign look. I think your building has it, Roland Printing building has it. It's hard to kind of describe, but if you look downtown, you'll see a lot of, like Roland Printing has, it looks like a 3D sign. They're actually very cool. I've been looking at buildings for the last month now. Every time I come back, I'm like, Shauna, go look at this. Shauna, go look at this. Mary Sue has suggested like a wood beam thing along here. It's something we can't do because the wood is heavy.
The weight,
The
yeah,
weight of
the
the wood.
contractor said the weight of the wood.
But we can change the lighting and make it a little more decorative. Again, if you look downtown at your building as well, you'll see some decorative lighting that actually looks very nice.
Did they consider, not wood, but some other kind of material
The
that
beams,
would look?
they have styrofoam and have others that
Yeah.
don't have the weight.
Yeah, we could
Did
add.
that get
Potentially.
discussed at all?
No, so really what we've done is talk to Ryan Metzger, and just said, are these things possible? And this is what he is telling us. Now, if you go with a smoother look, like this is smooth with those 3D signs, I think it just looks clean. It looks more modern. It's not, like if you look now, it's obviously dingy, it needs power washed, yeah. But this just gives it a clean look. Yeah,
And that's just for the front, not the side.
no, it would go around
All
to
the way
the
around.
side. It would go the whole thing, and then if you add the decorative lighting, I think it would look nice. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
What kind of ceiling would replace that? Because that is dirty.
So it would just, you mean like material or?
Yeah, this material, because you'll be taking that.
Yeah, everything,
Ceiling,
yeah. I think it would be similar, like some sort of like a fascia, once again, it still has to be a lighter weight, so some sort of a fascia, like a metal something, but it would go back up, not what's there.
Just smooth and.
Yeah, just clean. Everything would just be clean.
You wouldn't have those ridges
Mhm.
there. It would just be a more smooth look. If we could get the 3D sign in some way, I think that would look really cool.
And there's
Um,
currently, I think, like what I would consider a can light that's in there, and those could also just be put back in or replaced. So you still have the under lighting, and then you could still have like an additional light, like up here at the top. That would be that, an additional light that would be at the top. So
I have a question. If we're going to replace all this, and we don't like what's up there now, did we look any further for anything else
So,
that could
Shauna-
be a different look completely?
Yes.
So that's where the facade grant would be questionable. So I had emailed Aaron Head because what we had talked about with the, like, to match our building with the metal awnings
Mhm.
was to, okay, so like here, you would come like halfway down with still like a flat facade. And then you would have like a metal awning that would come off. So it'd look more like an angle. Does that make sense at all? An angle off of it. But the facade grant wouldn't cover that because we would be changing the appearance of the building too much since we don't have, like, the original photograph is,
We just
we'd
have
be
an-
changing the appearance too much
Yeah.
to do that. Now, with that being said, could we cover the cost of that and not use the facade grant? Sure. I mean, we can do whatever we want to do, but,
Well, he hasn't even
That'll be-
seen the original picture of the building.
well, I think the one he
All we
has,
have is
no,
the
he has the inspection run. Yeah, and
We have the
I have
inspection
it? Do you have
report. I might have it.
so you can kind of see, I don't know.
But if you look at the inspection report, when we first bought that building, it's basically this. That we
Yeah.
didn't change it at that point. So, I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
we
and
did
that's,
look at it, and again, she was gonna email Aaron.
yeah, oh, I did. That's what he
Okay.
responded. But I mean, honestly,
Okay.
you're right. Maybe if we can find a different picture or,
Well, I had the original,
well, that's the one you gave me, right? Yeah. Okay, I think I have that one.
and it just looks like it's concrete or cement
know,
block.
And
or
I
something.
think that's where, I don't know, because with the facade grant, the idea is to take it back to its existing
Yeah,
roots.
more historical.
And yes, and so with the metal roof, I think that's the way he was describing it was like it might just make it too different from the original, and also, it just make it too different from the original. Now, whether or not we can convince him otherwise, I don't know. But we did talk a lot about that, like just changing it up completely. We also talked about making what I would consider to be like a front porch coming off of here with like a designed roof. And once again, then we're adding structure to an existing building that, so just once again, the facade grant might not cover that. Is it doable? 100%.
Yeah.
Is it, if you want the facade grant to cover it, then,
And we also have to consider, that these posts could be supportive.
yes.
And so if you go changing this awning, then we have to make sure we have the proper support beams in place as well.
These will be, they're just covering up the steel post, right?
No,
I have
I
no
don't,
idea what's
I don't
under
think
them.
so.
Or
They
they
just
solid?
make-
Oh, they're
Or-
wood now.
or-
They're, yeah, I think it's
wood.
all wood,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Solid oak or something? or-
yeah, so there's the original ones. They're not steel, they're wood.
Yeah,
But the,
Just skinning.
yeah, the goal would be make them look more thicker. Because when Mary Sue and I were talking about doing more of like them. I'm calling it the modern farm look. I don't really know if that's called, but you know how you drive by all your buildings now and you'll see the colors black, white, and wood, but everything is steel and that kind of stuff. And so we were
More
kind of
industrial.
trying to make them a little bit thicker.
Well-
Teresa had shown me a picture where there's even some brick down, which I think we kind of realized we couldn't do because of how small our sidewalk was, but just kind of going more of a thicker look.
yeah. And if you notice, which we can't do, but like this picture, making that front
Oh, yeah.
step a little different in some way, either bringing it down, making it, I don't know, a little, like we can't get rid of it totally. But right now, as you can see in this picture, it's kind of big, bulky.
Well, you want to tear that out anyway,
Well,
right?
we have
Right,
to tear it
yeah,
out,
we have
yeah.
to fix it anyway.
You're gonna have to make it a ramp for wheelchair.
We have that on the side, the side door.
Oh.
We have the ramp.
But Mike had the idea of doing, I don't even know if it's a ramp, but extending the step all the way to the parking lot. Which once again, you could possibly add another ramp that way, or you could extend it and then add a step, which is not a horrible idea.
It makes
So-
more sense because the parking's here. Otherwise, you have
Correct.
to take them out and take them around.
Correct. So, I mean, so that is a possibility. I mean, maybe yeah, I think it is a possibility to have it slanted down into,
Or maybe take this lane, slide it down where
yeah.
you could have a handicap parking spot or whatever.
Yeah.
So people could get in easy.
Yeah.
Because in the wintertime, that's a truck.
So, yeah, no, I mean, there's lots of possibilities with that.
Yeah.
We haven't had the, Marcy and I were just talking about that. We haven't had the, concrete guys come out yet. But I mean, as far as I know, I don't see a reason why we couldn't do that there. Or like I said, even Mike was saying, extend it out like a ramp or extend it out and add a step. So, into the parking lot. So I think that's definitely an option.
I hate to stay on this, but
Yes, yeah.
if these steel posts on the original is holding that up, so you're putting the wood in place of the steel post that's holding this thing up, so
Not
it's gotta hold it up.
Not necessarily. What I think we would do would be to wrap the existing post
Okay, so that's hollow wood, that's not,
hollow, right? So the posts that are already there would probably stay, and then you wrap them in a replacement. Yeah. So once again, it would make it look thicker.
yeah,
But you wouldn't actually have to take the post
but
out.
those big posts would cost pretty much.
No. I think once again, just wrapping what's existing there. You just wrap it with
Yeah,
a thicker
so that
piece.
way you would be moved.
Yeah, not to move anything or mess with it. The thing you want to do is have this
All right,
roof fall down
okay.
on you, right?
Yeah. The other thing was we were going to look at changing the awnings on this building as well as the shelter, to maybe a black metal awning, which then if we went with this look, you would then have the trim match
That's it.
all the buildings basically. So it'd kind of be a little more uniform, give it all a little sleeker look, I guess. So I think that was,
Was there any discussion on this is the original sign, right?
Yes,
Yes,
that
that's
sign
the
is not the correct sign. No, I think Mary
No.
Sue,
I had to leave a message
Okay.
for our son guy. He came out
yeah,
the day you were here
Yeah.
and walked around, but he hasn't gotten back to us with design or cost.
Okay.
So
So
I
we
had
could
to
change that.
remind you, we're waiting.
I think we need to change it because the letters are peeling, so I don't even think that's really an
Oh,
option, honestly.
okay.
All of
I
the
think
signs,
that
the letters are
you could
peeling.
make it look more.
well, that's what I say. If you go downtown and you look at like the Roland Printing Building, and I know
I think
there's
I might
other
have a
buildings, but
bad
that
picture.
3D look that I'm talking about, if you see, those are actually pretty cool signs that stick out. And I don't know what the cost of that is, but if it's something, I think it would look really nice and it
Well,
stands
and we
out.
can add our logo too.
Right.
And that can be a separate piece, or it can be, with the main sign. I like ours a lot, and it is more modern.
It
if They
is.
approved it.
Well, and honestly, when you start looking at, like when you start looking at all this stuff, it's amazing how many 3D signs are on buildings now.
You just
And
don't realize it.
I call it that. I don't know if that's the correct term,
Even
but
the parking garage, we were driving by
Yeah.
Mary Sue's and we were looking at the parking garage and they had a really cool sign on the parking garage. It's a
Yeah.
parking garage, but
the Hamilton County
Yeah.
one
The boys
behind,
one.
yeah,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
actually a really cool sign.
mhm.
Chapter Book Lounge has a pretty cool awning with their name that stands out if you look at that. Grindstone Charlie's, I liked their doors, like their front where you enter off that sidewalk, their doors and their front entryway look really nice.
They have the double doors.
They have the double doors with the windows.
They're
and
kind of narrow though. I think ours would even be wider and better.
Yeah, yeah, it was just more that look, like as we were looking,
Or
they
less,
Commercial, maybe more modern. I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
it's just an upgrade.
Yeah.
I think Grindstone has the metal awnings that we're talking about as well. If you look at, if you drive by Chapter Book Lounge, look at their awning.
And in the traffic, yeah.
Yeah, well, I
This is
got,
gonna be interesting.
I got
Yeah.
stuck at the light. And
Maybe
I happened to
walk.
look,
Yes, I think that's a great idea.
yeah, I got stuck at the light and I was looking at their building. And then
Come up 10th Street.
I got stuck at the light by Grindstone and was looking at their building. So anyway,
I'm gonna try to find a picture of the awnings. I swear I have one somewhere. That's not great, but
Yeah,
they look nice, yeah.
they do look nice, yeah. And it's just more, the one thing about the metal awning is that one, it lasts longer than the fabric. So the fabric, he said, lasts somewhere between 7 and 10 years, and that's if you take care of it. And we obviously don't take care of ours because we should have pressure washed it a long time ago, and we didn't. But the metal ones, like even if you decide to change the color on it, it's as simple as like a paint, he said. So, and I don't have a picture. So anyway,
If you look at Grindstone,
yeah,
you'll see that that metal
very
awning
nice.
look.
Yeah.
In black, it looks good.
it looks good.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, that's the original.
yeah, you get to find the building.
Yeah.
I couldn't
It's
find
a
it. Can you
little-
find it?
It's a little game.
I was say I couldn't find it. Mary's going to show me.
Are we torches in over here?
Did you see how organized I am? Aren't you proud of me?
No, it's interesting,
Mine is,
because I don't have a bearing to figure, are we over?
Well,
My
Research
bad.
that.
I did. Okay, that makes sense to me.
And then this probably was the base where our parking lot is. And then these kind of go, have been torn down. And the one on the corner is probably the one that was original.
Yeah, and I talked to Ryan about that, and there are things we can put there.
Yeah.
It's deciding on,
I can't figure
None
out
of
how
us-
long my truck is.
none of us can judge that. Yeah.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, no, it's not just you, we all come flying.
Lord have mercy, this is not good.
That is 1871.
oh, you're talking about the parking lot?
He said we need bumpers, and
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh,
yeah, we're
my
working on
husband
it.
just said the same thing. I'm like, well, if you know how to drive, because women know how to drive, Joe. I'm like, then you don't need the bumpers.
Ryan and I talked about that too.
One thing that was discussed by the sign person that came, and I thought it was a really good idea, that we should designate a parking spot by the ramp here in the back and the door that we want to use for handicap, and get the decal that goes in
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
spot and just
Absolutely.
have that. And I thought that was
And the
so
sign.
simple.
We
It's such a great idea.
We had it,
Oh,
it
it
just,
just got covered up.
it faded and it got covered up, and we just need to go back.
I really think, I like the idea that we're going to upgrade this faux facade, I'll call it. But it just seems like we could do something better. Meaning more attractive, because the thing that bothers me the most about what's there is
The white, to change the color.
and the material. So it seems like if we could come up, and I don't know what that is, I'm not saying I have the idea, but I'd love for us to explore that just a little bit more with.
Well, we had talked about that with Ryan, and of course, now I can't remember what he said, but if you start there were issues with changing it up. Again, you're gonna run into costs. It might have had to do with the roof. I'd have to ask him again probably at this point.
Well, are they just going to overlay? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know. I don't know. These are just pictures and the ideas that everybody had come up with. So it was just,
Might want to get some.
right, it was just, it was
I guess
just
I'm just
starting.
saying, can that still be under discussion?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think these are just ideas for today.
Okay.
right.
Well, it was more about budgeting too, like we had to come up with a budget pretty quickly.
Yes,
Or-
we had to, which we'll get into.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Very good. We'll
Yeah.
figure that out.
So then if you move on to
They
the,
keep this, yeah, Charlie,
How, what?
Uncle Charlie's name. I just kidding.
Did you find the building?
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
in the street, and up there, all these streets.
Very interesting.
It is.
I have not been able to find this building. And I think the only reason we have this is because there was a festival going on. It was called a pole raising event. And I think that's the only reason we have it.
Oh, they raised that pole.
That is the pole. That, I was so excited.
1871.
Well, no, she was saying it had something to do with, what was the festival for? I know you told me. It had
Pole
something to
raising.
do with.
It was a pole
But wasn't
raising, which indicated this area, on South, 8th Street was an area where, was more an area where, people of color lived.
Yes, that's what you were saying.
And so this was their festival where they indicated their political connections. And they're all dressed in costume, and it was connected to one of the centennials. And I have that all written out, and now it eludes me exactly, but that was the idea. So this was a big deal, and there were a
Yeah,
lot of people there.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And this was the industrial area too, back in the day. So we had the straw board, we had, the
Yeah.
train was coming
I was gonna say,
in
we had the train,
46 times a day. I mean, all
Oh,
kinds of
yeah, the train
activity
makes
was
sense,
happening.
Yeah, well, the inner.
What year
I don't
is
know
it
when
again?
that started.
17? What year was that?
In the interurban,
No,
what
that
year was that?
1870.
this is 1871.
18.
Yeah.
I forgot to, sorry, back to the white. The reason why we left it with the white is because of the red. When I was playing with color schemes, it was hard because it didn't look, the red just looked, I mean, the white just looked best against the red paint. Yeah,
That was-
unfortunately, that's why I kept it in white, yeah.
Okay.
Next page, inside the community center, this is what it currently looks like. And then if you move to the next page, you can see what we're attempting to do.
Yeah.
So we can raise the ceiling, we can get rid of those tiles.
Yes. Mhm.
And raise it, and then we can add a couple beams, or Ryan even, had this look as well going on.
Oh, like a bunch of.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if I love a bunch of beams, but again, these are all just,
So
The
what
ideas.
are these?
so those are our current, 2 bathroom doors, mechanical, kitchen, and then
The
this
basement.
actually goes back, this is the basement
So
door.
we're not taking a picture as we come in to it.
It's coming in from the front door.
Front door, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And-
which is so off because we never come through that. front.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then my program took out the door. I don't know why, but the door and the window are not in there. No matter how many times I tried to replace it, it wouldn't replace it.
Yeah.
So
But if you
you'll
look,
just have to envision it.
yeah, you'll have to, the window would still be there and the door would still be there as well. Again, we can upgrade that side door to match the front door, because so many people use it. Lighten up the floor, and then, we're still debating, just this bottom half, which Mike had an idea of going with a lighter, like oak color, but keeping this wood part, but going with something lighter to it.
Mhm.
So we're still tossing
What are
around.
you talking about?
Where this part
Okay,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
easy to see it on that one.
yeah, it is a little, if you turn your page back,
You can see that,
you can see where
where
it's,
the chair rail type
yeah,
thing.
see where
You're
that,
right.
yeah.
It's easy
We're trying to
see.
figure out something for that and kind of lighten it up.
Yeah.
And make it washable or
Yeah, make
Yeah,
it
because-
washable.
kids and everybody going along there.
And we were getting dings in the walls and stuff, so we have to keep something there, but we just, if we go too light, then you'll still be able to see every scratch and
Mhm.
nick and cranny. If you go too dark, then it will still look similar to what it is, but either way, if we do the wood on the bottom, we can still match, so even though this color is darker, we can still match the wood at the bottom, like match it all.
Right, yeah.
So it doesn't have to be this dark, the doors don't have to
Here's
be
one
that dark.
that
so-
was at a restaurant.
With matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
so
they
you
had-
start,
They had, put
they-
that in.
yeah, and so like,
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's what
a
Teresa
lighter-
does.
a lighter oak color
And then if you
might be,
Do-
might be the answer.
Yes, I think that's
So
what.
that's when it convinced
You do
me
doors
that we
for what?
need to leave
Yeah,
it.
doors,
It's in
exactly,
good
yeah.
shape and it serves the purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's
Um,
exactly what we were talking about too, just doing that maybe like.
And this is what it would kind of be if we went, kind of kept a darker color, but lightened up the floor.
Mhm.
And then
Okay,
we're looking
walls.
at doing different lighting in there as well. Maybe.
don't put so many beans up there.
Yeah, see, I don't
Yeah.
love all the
She
beams.
doesn't love the beans either.
I like that thing there.
I like this look,
Yeah.
a couple of beams.
Reminds me of
Yeah.
church.
And
Yeah.
they could kind of be matching the doors or the wall.
Oh, yeah, and then
Yeah.
everything could match, change it
Yeah.
all up. I mean, it would be some drastic changes that I think would really look
We just lighten it
nice.
up.
Oh, that's
What
like-
about the doors? Are those the ones we have?
Those are, so that's almost the current color of the doors. Well, actually,
Okay.
they're kind of an uglier brown, aren't they, even in
Yeah.
this picture, but, I mean, yes, so you can do the doors, you can change them to white, you can change them to match the brown of the beam or the bottom part if we decide to go that route. And that's really,
Again, this is just the idea that we're raising the
Mhm.
ceiling, we're making it look lighter and
mhm,
adding a beam.
yeah.
It's a lot dressier
And-
this way.
Nicer
It is.
lighting.
Right, yeah.
I still think everybody that walks in there that's a contractor said the same thing. What about the can lights? And I do think there's some merit to that because the decorative lights are not going to give a lot of
No,
light.
There
Sean
is
had already
one
talked about
picture,
that.
yeah, there is one
Um,
picture where the can lights are all the way on the sides. Hang on, I gotta find it. It might be on my phone, and I apologize.
we could do a combination.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
thinking
yeah.
we
We,
want to have
yeah.
some,
But they-
maybe
they
on a
have to see-
rheostat so they could
Right, we
dimmer,
are- yeah.
brighten it up or.
Some use a couple beams, not like that, but a couple beams going across this thing with the lights and, you know.
Yeah, we could almost put them into the beams,
Yes.
sure.
That can be-
That's good.
the picture that you have with all of the beams, is there like are there can lights in that?
I didn't think any of them did. I think you and I discussed the fact that it,
Oh, okay. Well, I have it.
Oh, no,
somewhere.
it
There's some
does.
in between there.
there's
isn't there?
like a little
Yes,
ledge
there's like
here.
a ledge, and so we talked about even doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
where you can
Okay.
add a ledge and there's can lights in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yes,
you might pass
we
that
did.
picture. Yeah, so we did talk about that.
Which can I get it?
Yeah, so there's like a- maybe like a-
Sometimes what you want to do though is run it so it covers your room.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's not a, so when
No
you
problem.
look up there right now, it's all drywall, and so what's up there, is very easy to manage.
Yeah.
So honestly, there's gonna be some patching,
Yeah.
we will have to run some wiring, I don't know if there's a
Yeah.
pneumatic access.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ryan would know.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Right.
either way, it's easy to do all of that, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not,
no.
No, and
Even when you move the ceiling grid tile, I mean, the only thing that's the wire that you can see is the wiring for the internet.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
not, there's nothing up there. It's just, now you can see where there was some water damage from the roof leak at one point, things
Mhm.
like that, but it's literally just drywall, it's just a drywall job.
Yeah.
So it's not, and then with this
Don't
beam,
even have the wire hold up.
how is the wiring being held up?
Well, you have to have stuff to hold up the
Oh, yeah,
ceiling.
Yeah. And the
Yes,
can
that
lights
is.
will do all of, I mean, the can
Yeah.
lights have those little pricks that go out that, set within the drywall and stuff. And then this beam, if we had to, could also be a fake beam, a faux beam. And so you could also, once again, wrap the wires if you needed to into one of the beams and it would be fine. I mean, honestly, I think out of everything, that's probably the easiest part of it. So it's just,
Really nice.
yeah. And it looks really good up there when you move those ceiling tiles. So
That's good.
yeah, it is. There's no HVAC in there or anything like that. So
No,
it's
that's
actually an
good.
easy.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah,
really
it could be a very
Mhm.
easy.
Yeah, that's
Um,
great.
So the
I'm not
kitchen.
gonna say.
Oh no, you
Yeah,
do not
lots
like
of
it?
cabinets.
currently
No,
looks
tell
like
us,
this.
tell us, please.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
can visualize happy birthday strung from
Oh,
here to here.
You know what? Mike said the same
No,
thing. So
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
chandeliers, maybe like that, aren't the best idea.
But
But-
remember, you're
Yeah.
also, you're
But you're
raising
also
the ceiling.
ceilings are up. Yeah, let's try
Yeah.
it too.
Well,
Yeah.
I the ladder that's in the hallway.
Well, just put it in.
Yeah,
in
the
things.
ladders are typically locked up.
Good.
Yeah, they're, you
No,
have
I'm
no,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
no, we
I think
actually,
No, Mike
this is
actually-
going to look so good
Yeah.
that it will be
we
taken
actually
good care of.
I'm
discussed
hoping so.
hanging from the lighting, but when you raise the ceiling and then potentially raise the lights enough to
Yeah.
where it's still that chandelier look, but at the same time, it's up a little bit more. And I currently have, so Tracy took over managing the community center. So she now cleans it on weekends, during the week, but she also is going to start monitoring that kind of thing better. So we're gonna try and get a better handle on, who's putting,
Before and after.
yeah, who's
Yeah.
putting stuff on the ceilings. I think getting rid of the tiles will eliminate a lot of
Because
that.
it's easier for them to do the
It's
tiles.
easy to push
Yeah,
up.
because they can just put.
Yeah. So I think by raising the ceiling, putting in that lighting, I think it'll actually probably help a little bit better. And then later on, discussions would be raising the rent, which might help with that as well.
And
But yeah,
things that
Tracy,
they can do and not
That's
do.
big,
We
big
have that.
bargain in
Well,
town.
we already
mean,
have that in.
That they can't hang things up.
We already
Yeah.
have that.
People
Well,
do what
then
they
we
want
gotta
to
put
do.
a fine.
Right, which is why,
Deposits, things like that.
yeah, which is why we started letting Tracy, which is why I asked Tracy to take over.
Well, you
So
can
she
see why
can
they
take
do it now
pictures.
because
Yeah,
of the-
right.
Yeah.
The kitchen currently looks like this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do more kind of a combination. The picture you're looking at, we can't move the refrigerator and stove. But we can add the shelving, we can add a few more cabinets, get a microwave above the
Above the
stove.
stove and stuff on the counter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
put a matching beam with, different lighting
Yeah.
to make it match the actual community center.
Yeah.
And again, changing up the flooring. I think we'll do all the same flooring
I think that makes
throughout,
sense and it looks much better
Yeah.
that way.
throughout the bathrooms,
Yeah.
kitchen, everything.
Right now we have two separate colored countertops, so I mean, so honestly, the most expensive part would be the kitchen actually. Or not even most expensive, but that would be the hardest, it's
Yeah.
just
But
that.
you don't have to get top of the line cabinets.
No,
No,
and
they
we wouldn't. And honestly, I think Mary, so the designers, they had talked up these like open shelves.
Mhm.
So I think we might even do that, and that's even less cost effective. And you could even, so if we do all white cabinets, we could even match the shelves to the beam. I mean, we could make it look very cool and still, be cost effective, but yet useful. Like there's still some use to that. Like I was telling Teresa, like I remember when I used it one time, but on those shelves, you could even put birthday presents while you're like for a kid's birthday, because you don't want all the other little kids to get into. I mean, there's so many different things that you could use it for. And so, but that's probably, I mean, you're looking at, we've already had to replace the stove and the fridge, and now we'll just have to replace the microwave, but then you'll have to get cabinets, the flooring.
You just, you gotta get different
Yeah.
cabinets to fit in that, but
And
Yeah,
the
Shouldn't be
countertop, yeah.
one countertop.
Countertops, I should say, yeah.
yeah.
People don't really use the cabinets. There's,
I was gonna
There's
say, 'cause
nothing
that's
in
a
them.
lot of cabinets.
yeah, no, yeah, that was just more of,
Doing
to get the idea of the shelves.
What's
Yeah.
the history on the kitchen, do people actually cook?
They
Dude.
warm, well, you're not supposed to actually cook, but you can warm things. I'm sure people use the stovetop. People use the stove and the microwave and the refrigerator.
The oven
I can see them
the
using the
oven.
oven. to
Yeah,
warm
you
things-
can-
use things
For what?
Yeah,
to warm the food.
yeah, to keep the food warm. You can
That's
use
what
the
I
oven.
did.
Yeah.
What about a warmer? And not have a stove?
They bring
Well, we
their
just
own.
bought a new
So
stove.
we did just buy a new
Oh,
stove
yeah.
because the stovetop was cracked.
Yeah, so we had to get that
And they
replaced.
use glass again.
I don't know, Shauna got those.
I think
Probably.
so. I think it replaced it. I don't remember now. I
Yeah.
did whatever was the cheapest. How about that?
Okay,
Actually, we've had that stove for a long
Yeah, we have.
time and nobody told us it. I don't know when it cracked
Mm-mm.
because nobody told us it cracked.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord.
you couldn't really see it. Like Tracy took me over there. It wasn't something super visible until you kind of got down there and looked.
Sometimes you take something in the refrigerator and you've had the stove to warm, it'll pop the glass.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's probably they
Yeah.
did, or they put the bag of ice on top of the stove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to change that
Yeah.
temperature
Oh, yeah.
when you get.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They do, maybe you guys have seen this, I had not seen it, I got a stove like this, but it's a wood piece that is
Oh,
made,
I know
it's a
exactly
fit
what
on
you're
top,
talking
and then it becomes more like your counter, but I don't know if people would take it off.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm afraid they'll.
Right.
And they turn on the
I'm afraid they'll
stove.
turn it on.
Fire.
Mhm.
You know, if they weren't familiar with it, but it could be maybe some protection.
And then as far as the bathrooms go, just again, make the flooring match.
The bathrooms aren't.
Toilet paper holders,
Yes.
Paper
we'll-
towel holders too.
and we'll get those fixed. And then, of course, we can paint it to lighten it all up with
Mhm.
everything else. But the bathrooms are.
There might be
um,
maybe some drywall work under the, once you pull out all the screws and stuff, just in case the new
Sure.
ones don't match the same size, that kind of stuff of the toilet paper holders and paper towel. But for the most
At
part, it
least
should
the
be.
fixtures are nice, are pretty nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bathrooms
They're
don't
not
look bad.
Fancy, but
No.
they're clean and nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bathrooms are great. I mean,
Yeah,
we
they're
walk in
not-
they
and
don't
I-
look-
What's funny is I actually had started looking at bathrooms when I went into a restaurant or a department store. Like, okay, can we make it a little better? But
Some
the
of those
bathroom.
bathrooms are not too great.
no, and it's bathrooms. They all kind of look the same.
They
but,
do.
I tell you, there's the best bathroom in town.
Oh, no. Alexander.
That's what I was gonna say.
The city-owned bathroom in the alley of.
Oh my, they
Uh,
don't
I've
keep
begged
that
for years
clean.
to get that, and they do not maintain it.
Yeah.
No, they probably don't have somebody make that on their agenda to go do.
They
also
did
homeless
have
people.
someone,
They
and
did,
they
they
dropped that.
They
That's
had
a
that guy,
shame.
he did real good job doing,
That's a
when,
shame.
when we were there, and he.
And that's the tourism
I know it,
center
Mm-hmm.
and you go through there.
for the,
Go to the bathroom, and it
I
just,
wonder if
I thought
the
it that,
tourism
I
knows
thought I
that.
was
I
down
wondered that.
Kentucky on the highway, and you went to the restroom in the service station.
Yeah.
It was awful,
Is that-
I mean,
I
The
am
mayor's office,
shocked.
though, to keep
I-
every
I-
person.
I had it on my list to tell papers, I mean, he probably don't know. But,
Wow.
and when we were there, it was contracted to the Parks Department, that little guy came over and cleaned it really good.
Somebody's dropped the ball.
Oh, it's awful.
Well, may
Oh
not have
my
gone to
gosh.
the next guy after him to go.
And
do
you
that.
just
That's
think-
on your list to
That's on my
what?
list.
To talk to the mayor?
Mayor, I'm gonna go to the top, cause he'll get it. It's just,
Now he'll say, Joe,
I'll complain.
why don't you take that on?
Well, you know, just think about, grilling on the square. We do that pork chop. We
Absolutely.
got, all the things that go on the square, and these people come from out of town, and they go see that. Now, what do
Well-
you think of your town?
Make that call sooner rather than later.
Yeah, in your spare time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
Good to know.
other
Thank you.
question? Yeah, Shauna had to go.
Yeah.
She's got her, and then Beverly will have to leave at 4:00 as well, to take care of family. stuff.
Well, this is good.
So yeah, that's where we're at currently. And
Good
then we'll start, getting, I guess, some estimates on the inside. And then we'll have to look at the calendar and that kind of thing.
Because we talked about, having to schedule that after the end of
Yeah.
the year. Because
So,
it's already booked.
Shauna did look at your, schedule.
yeah, we have a 2-week window, which could potentially get something done. What we don't, what Ryan had said is what we don't want to start doing. Obviously, the whole center itself is going to take some time. If it looks like a bathroom, like the bathrooms can be, painted, done, or whatever, then maybe we can get that done in a week. But we don't want to start getting into drywall
Yeah.
and paint, and then we get into the weekend, and you've got half a finished
No, we
building.
won't do that.
Yeah, so we have a 2-week window that we could potentially get some things done.
We'd have to be really organized.
Yeah,
Yes,
you had
we
to make
will.
sure everybody that was supposed to be there to do that shows up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole
That's
nother
the
thing.
hard thing.
That's gonna
When
be
is that?
hard.
The end of October, beginning of November, something like
Yeah,
that.
the last 2
Yeah.
weeks in October.
Yeah.
Which it's still, decent weather.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
too
a little bit
terrible.
better.
Yeah. Okay, capital improvement plan and budget. Super important that we discuss this. By law, we have to have a capital improvement plan in place, and we have to have it in place by September 30th of this year. So this is a top priority at this point. I've talked to our attorney. Well, first of all, I went to training on it with the DLGF. They passed down all the guidelines we have to follow. I spoke with our attorney, and I've spoken with Corby, who will be here next month, to talk about our 2026 budget, and also this plan. So this I printed out for you guys. This is what it looks like. So currently, do you want this back over? So currently, I am talking with Corby and the attorney, and we're preparing a plan. The township board has to adopt the plan. We have to hold a hearing. Now, there's no special notice required. So what that means, here's all my notes. What that means is the notice goes on up 2 days before, just like a normal agenda notice that we currently have. I put those up on a Monday. Our board meetings are on Wednesdays. So what I would need to do is put hearing or public hearing, public notice for capital improvement plan. And then you guys can adopt it. And as far as we can tell, you can do that at the same meeting. What I did not, I guess it is. We have to turn this in to the county council. I have to get it turned in. That is the requirement
When did they start going to the county council?
this year. It is a
Okay.
new law by the governor, came down this year. It was presented to us in June.
Okay.
Um,
But they don't oversee our budget.
It's what we have to do.
Oh, I'm
I hear ya.
You get the scheme, though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I hear you.
Fiscal,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And we can discuss that.
They're also gonna be in budgeting time, so we got,
This has to be a priority. If
are
I
you on
do,
their agenda?
I don't have to be on the agenda. I don't have to present it. All I have to do is submit it. But I have to have everything done by September 30th and uploaded to Gateway by September 30th. If I don't, we do not get our property taxes for next year.
We don't get our property taxes at all,
No.
Even for, we have to
Bottom
have
line.
this in there? before-
Bottom line, by September 30th, or we do not, it was stated about 25 times. I had a meeting with Ryan, who's our field representative with DLGF yesterday. He said it again, if it is not done and uploaded to Gateway by September 30th, we will not get our property taxes. We
You
have to do all of this. We have to have it all done, no questions.
So when you say capital improvement, what follows
So,
under that? Is this
okay.
our new plan?
No, so what this is, any money, so we will do our budget. Once we do our budget, once we look at and we say this amount of money goes towards salaries, this amount of money goes to assistance, our normal budget process. Anything left over, I have to have a plan for. Whatever I don't have a plan for, 30% of that has to go into a road fund.
I knew they were taking part of it, but if we have a plan, they can't take the,
Exactly.
probably didn't realize
Where
we had
does the 30% go?
highway
A road fund
for the state. That's.
for, well, yeah, or our city.
Oh, I
well-
heard it was the state. Okay, I could be wrong.
So what would then happen is, so we have to make a road fund. I have to have a category that says road fund. The city could then come to us, this is the way it was explained now, whether that says that they're working on State Road 37 and the city has to pay a portion of that.
Because they do joints.
Yes, they do joints. So the
Mhm.
city could come to
County does
us. Yeah. So maybe that's where that state, city,
Mhm.
those
Yeah,
lines start getting
yeah.
blurred. The city can then come to us and say, we see you have $1 million. We need that $1 million to finish a roundabout. You then can approve or disapprove. But that,
We approve or
That's-
disapprove.
yes,
We do have the right to say no.
you have a right to say no
Okay,
if you want to.
well.
Right. So you do have a right to say no, but those are the current laws in place. So we are all scrambling at the moment. Every trustee is scrambling. We have money.
Mhm.
So this is just potential projects.
Right.
I asked the girls, start throwing things at me. Let's all start come up with ideas. What we would rather see happen is this money go towards the community. Again, potential.
Can this, part of this potential be this redoing of this?
Yes. So
That,
I have,
that could take a big potential load
right.
of money.
Yeah, and you'll see so we can acquire land. I didn't put that up. We can acquire land. We can basically do renovations, building renovations. Again, this is the time where some of their items that they've wanted for a while were cell phones for caseworkers, township car. So those are all ideas we started throwing in. I'll just pass this out. Remember, so what I was going to say, this is a plan. We have to do this every year now. And it has to be, there's something to do with 3 years. So probably in 3 years, if we don't use that money for what we're saying, then that's when somebody could come and say, okay, you haven't used this in 3 years, so what do
We
you
can't
do?
pick a new project at that time. It has to
We-
be used or.
Yeah, or if we're going to pick a new project, then next year we need to come in and say, okay, we didn't do this, but now somebody has come to us with this project and let's consider this. And so then we would put that in our capital improvement plan and then change it. And then you would approve.
Can we also use this money though to help our people more? Maybe with housing and different things that
Yes.
need to be considered, instead of,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll give these to you guys. Again, this is all just throwing ideas out there, okay? So when you look at it, don't go, oh my God, I didn't want that. So I've gotten a few estimates, not a few, a couple of estimates on our building renovation. We're looking at 1 to 1.5 million. That 1.5 is probably on the high side, which is fine.
Yeah, that's right.
We
Better to
don't-
be too high than too low.
Exactly. A community center estimate, again, this was talking with Ryan Metzger. 500,000, again, he said that's a high estimate, but I would rather be high than to get into it and say, oh, we would really like that. We'd really like new doors that cost $10,000 instead of the $100 door, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Now, question, Teresa, you don't have to this is just a line and an amount of money. You don't have to back that up with
No, so
all kinds of
You
documentation.
can't get all that done in this length of time.
we
No.
cannot. No, so we're waiting on a template from DLGF. Corby and I talked about, Corby and I just started throwing out ideas. And Corby came up with an Excel spreadsheet. When I printed it off, it was a bit confusing, so I just did this. This is everything Corby and I have talked about.
I like the cemetery. That's a great idea.
Well, and we
we've
have-
been taking care of this for a long time.
We have cemetery maintenance every year. Again, it's one of those items that maybe we put more money into.
Mhm.
Tom did a good,
But
Yeah.
you're just doing mowing and
We
not
restored stones
getting
and
in
stuff.
there and doing many other things.
yeah, we did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we-
Restoration and stuff.
Yeah, we've restored
Have they
headstones. Last
Sure.
year I had to get a bunch of trees removed that kept falling down. A neighbor had called and said there was growth coming through the fence line, so I had to get all that scaled back.
Okay,
Yeah,
you've been
so
doing a good job.
We
Yeah.
have to, how many do we have? 3?
we have 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. So just kind of going, again, the shelters, yearly maintenance issues. A township car, the reason we have talked about this multiple times, we pick up food all the time.
I think we need a township truck.
Well, yes, yeah, not a car, just, yeah.
Van.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at it. I had talked with Todd Thurston out at Hare Chevrolet. Again, I am trying to come up with some good estimates on this stuff.
Yeah.
I have to work kind of fast, but I talked with Todd Thurston out at Hare Chevrolet. They just got some vehicles for St. Vincent de Paul, Harvest Food Bank. He suggested a Chevy Traverse because all the seats lay flat. And then we can still potentially, if we need to, take a client to Aspire or we do that in very emergency cases. We typically try to call Ben or Dennis first. But yeah, so a lot of what we do, Shauna's been running summer recreation t-shirts around. We deliver rent checks, food pickup. We've used our own car.
And I know
for
you tried to
years.
help move people that we've been buying before.
Yes, we've done that.
Question, how do you, okay, say you don't have any money tucked away. Do they still want to list the projects for
No.
future taxes coming in? I mean, how do you make this match what you have available?
You've got to look and see how you can allocate the money you have for these
You just
projects.
need a plan.
Yeah, you need a
You just
plan.
need a plan. There is a template, we're waiting on it. I don't know what smaller townships are gonna do.
Well, you know what, if they don't have any money, they don't have a problem.
Right.
I mean, because
They're-
they're gonna present what they're
This-
sending
So
now.
you're gonna come up with a total at the bottom?
It depends on what this template looks like. If I don't have to have a total, well,
I think you gotta have projects that almost take whatever.
it's,
total.
yes, it's
So
going to have
everything
to have,
has to be allocated.
Yes,
we
and
have
what-
money.
so you gotta allocate
We
it.
need to do something with it.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah,
that's true
And I'm,
everywhere.
So
I mean,
But you don't wanna,
It's,
budgets work that way.
right.
So-
It's an attack on people like us,
It is.
is what it
And,
is.
well, yes, it is.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it
Because
is,
It is, it's for the townships that have been conservative, which we have, and we've not spent because we're afraid we'll need it for our people and different things like that.
So here's the other side of this. In what they're telling us by 2027, our lit money could potentially be gone. I would then have to go to, I believe, the county commissioners or county council and ask
Mhm.
to be considered. So they want me to spend money, but in a couple of years, I may not have money,
Then you're in a problem.
and we will be in a problem.
Because it's up to the
So that's-
council whether you.
Personally, I think it's perfect timing because we have projects that we
We
need to
do.
do. And if
We may
you're
have more
starting from
projects.
scratch, you've been working on them a long time already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, we have.
So maybe this is,
It's
I
good
mean, I
timing.
can
It's-
see the writing here on the wall, but
Yes.
it's not
Well,
out of the question.
Well, I think they
Might
need
as
to be
well
working
go.
on that, and if we need a special meeting to go over anything, then we'll do it, because
Yeah.
you've got a deadline that, you've got a month.
We've got a month. My goal is to have a plan in place, so at the August meeting, you guys can look at it, approve it, and then by September, we're ahead of the game.
Yeah, I like to be ahead of it, not behind the
Which is
scenes.
kinda why- This is kind of why I was putting this out here now, is so you can kind of look if you
I think it's a good one.
suggestions. The bigger ideas, again, are just ideas that have been floating out there for quite some
Yeah, they have,
time.
I see some that have been floated for a while.
Yeah, I am, so girls softball fields, I am going to meet with that guy on Thursday.
Mhm.
And I talked to the attorney about it. We can do something if we choose to. It would be labeled as a ballpark, so that falls under parks for townships.
Mhm.
They've already done a ton of research with girls softball, so I'm gonna meet with him tomorrow and see again if we put it in the plan, but it doesn't move forward, then next year we take it out of the plan.
Or at least by year two,
Right.
Yeah.
And
what
then,
the,
then reappropriate it too.
yes,
I'm
yes.
kinda confused on softball, what? Who took care of all those kids in the past?
We have 70,000 people in Noblesville.
I know whatever happened,
Well, they lost their fields because they were using the fields by the cemetery, and the cemetery needs
Okay.
more
Yeah.
space for all the dead people in Noblesville. So they lost their field. That's the truth. They lost their space, or they lost their space. The field, all the other fields are currently being used by boys. We're out of fields. We're out of space. We're out
well,
of.
we had that problem 25 years ago when I was in this field.
Yeah,
Field.
well, with having that many more people and more coming,
Yeah, you've added. I mean, so anyway, I'm gonna meet with him
I think
Thursday.
that's good.
Again, Forest Park Aquatic Center, they're moving ahead with their big project.
Mhm.
Now may be the time to revisit that. I know I believe the city is starting to give them money to put towards that.
No, what's this?
You know, the Forest Park, they came to us,
and they had that big,
3 years
with
ago.
the Encore group, and
Oh,
how
yeah.
we're gonna
And
expand
how
that.
much did they want at that time?
At that time, they just needed $1 million to get started.
Yeah, and we turned them down.
Yes. So
Yeah,
now
that's
it
what
may
we had
be,
to spend all this money.
right.
Yeah,
Maybe time to
this is, it is short turnaround, but I think that was by design probably.
For sure was.
And this is, pretty basic organization
Uh-huh.
for us, and it should be addressed. It's okay because it would keep us on, on a track. And I think your suggestions and your projects are excellent. You're right, we've been talking about them for a long time.
They're all things, the
So it kind
new,
of moves you into
right.
action
do
a
it.
little better.
One of the new things is, last year, the schools lost money. They lost about $80,000 for their tutoring program. They had a sponsor this year. They are looking for a sponsor for the 26-27
We
school
talking
year.
about the public schools,
Our schools.
our Noble School schools,
Our
with all the
Nobles.
money they have in the referendum.
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't ask. They lost.
I,
I just,
yeah, we,
I just know they lost $81,000. That's all
Yeah.
I know.
Well, and I think there's going to be a lot of changes with the school.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they're on the bubble.
yep,
A lot of it.
that one needs to be.
I don't disagree with that, but
I do think tutoring is.
it's,
Tutoring is very important. It's a $35,000 cost, which runs the whole year. And
If they really help the kids.
yeah,
And
I threw in Southside Park just because we've always talked about
like
that.
I do
For a
too.
lot of years. I don't know if it's city owned. I haven't dug into all
It's,
that.
I think it is.
It's,
Yeah.
You know, I've
And
been
whether
going
we
down
even-
there,
and they should partner.
I've been going down there so much because of that plaque up.
Right.
Yeah.
Down there all
Mhm.
and it's up there Southside Park, now that they, compared to in the past, it is the neat place.
It is nice. Yeah.
Not because
And
it's nice,
it's
you should
right
be.
in the neighborhood where
Yeah,
they need it.
Yes,
That's
I
what I
heard.
Yeah. I mean, it's one.
But some of those.
It's
come
just
through.
one.
Yeah. They need about, I believe they need about 8 baseball diamonds is what they were looking at
For the girls.
for the girls.
Where are they
Yeah.
gonna put them?
That's the question. Now, I know, Shauna said, whoever the baseball guy is, they've looked at property, they've got a real estate agent, they've been looking.
Can we lease it? Cause it'd be awful,
You could.
it'd be like, you couldn't afford to buy it in today's world.
I have no idea. Like I said,
For
we're,
development, you
yeah,
can't choose.
we're meeting tomorrow, so I would have more information.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, keep that in mind, that park.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's nice, and again, we've talked about it for years. I don't
Used to
know
be-
what.
Used to be nice too.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
One thing I don't see is expanding our housing opportunities.
So we've discussed that multiple times. There was a house a couple blocks away that would have needed total renovation. If we got into that, we would need to add more staff.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna have to use some of that money, add staff and the benefits.
Right.
Cause that's gonna be like landlord, only full time.
Yeah, we would need another staff person. A lot of times, I think we've reached our limit with the 2 we have.
Yes.
It can be draining.
Maybe support something that someone
Um,
else wants to take on, like they had talked about.
Now, we have had a couple of people come to us that are starting houses. There is one Safe Passage that we've been paying rent, so to speak. And that is, she works very closely with Kelly out at the jail. She's been working with us very closely. She has a whole program where she finds them jobs. They have to attend AA meetings. They have house rules they have to follow. She she manages it very well. It's actually located in Indianapolis. But we've gotten, I don't know, 3 or 4 people in there from here to go there. I can't remember what she charges for rent, $800 a month, I think they have to pay. And so for some of our clients that have gotten in there, we've paid that first month's rent for them. We'll see how it's working, but that's one way we've partnered.
Yeah, that would be.
Instead of taking on another
easier
building.
way.
Yeah, yeah, we've discussed it. And then, my other concern is, okay, we get this house, we add staff, and in 2 years, I'm not getting money.
Well, and this is just what's been crossing my mind. That's the
Yeah.
reason I'm a
Right.
partner and help pay, but we can't dedicate to building all this or
Why would you not get money though?
we
Because
run out of,
Because in 2 years, our lit money could potentially be gone. I may not be getting it, and that's our major source of income. I get 108,000 a month from lit. It's gonna be a huge hit if I can't.
yeah, if you don't get that, that's a.
Was that discussed in your,
It's discussed in our meetings.
is that, did you feel that was potential?
It's, according to our attorney, we all need to be looking at it right now.
Mhm.
And I think Corby will address that in our upcoming budget.
Well, all the more to keep that fluid, but to have, instead of us investing, I think it's a good idea to
And then we
rent,
support.
pay rent and support.
Support, right.
Mhm.
And,
In
then
case we
we're,
do
then
run
we're
out.
not in a position, should we lose.
And we gotta close it,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, that's my
mine
concern.
too.
And
And I think that almost goes for everything on the list.
A lot of this, yeah, when,
yeah, which we did talk, now we have, I can add, I think I put it on there, I thought I did. Yeah, so we can do money for the food pantry.
well, and I saw that for the first
Yeah.
time and I really think we need to do that.
Yes.
And you may have to have more equipment if we decide we need freezer for meat or whatever all you need. But yes.
Yes, so.
We have
it used
enough
to be-
freezer. We have one here too.
Okay,
Yeah.
we had, okay.
Actually, we're gonna have to find space for that.
Yeah.
But yes, we
Yeah,
can.
good.
So
This
going
has
back,
always been a handicap.
yeah, going back to your question about the budget, the other thing we did talk about was adding more money to, it's a line item that just says homeless / shelter.
Mhm.
So adding more money to where maybe we can partner with other people or,
That family promise. That's the name of it.
yeah, I saw that they came for Kiwanis. We work with them. Sometimes if we have a homeless family, we will send them there. Or if somebody, like we've had an instance where somebody owed $4,000 in rent, you have to have kids. So we would contact Family Promise and ask, can you pay part of this and we'll pay part of this? And so a lot of times we work.
Yeah, they,
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah,
But the bad thing is only families, so we don't have
right.
things for people that
Yeah.
could be a couple, could be a single.
Oh.
But
Can you up to with that your contract? Like your contract for partners, like social.
What do you mean? Can we up them?
Yeah.
Actually, I was considering going the other way with that.
Oh.
Which we can
understand
just-
what you said.
So, you know, the social service contracts that we have currently,
Yeah, right.
that may be something that we need to look at in the next couple of years of backing down on in order to save us money.
Well, when
Oh,
we
you've
have to, it
already
may
started.
not be a choice.
You've already started.
I have already started that
Yeah.
process, and it may not be a choice in the next.
Depending on how this comes out. Yeah,
Right, in the next.
So
couple
you're.
of years.
because there's gonna spin this down.
Right, right.
Well, St. Vincent or Family Promise.
Yeah. it
We
might be.
refer people a lot over there.
Yes, and now what you may see, so Joe with Salvation Army and I
Yeah.
were just talking. He was on a meeting with Good Samaritan, and Joe may not get his FEMA money this year. So that's
Right.
coming down from the federal level to the state level.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't even know if the energy assistance program is going to happen this year.
That'd make a big difference. in our
It's going to
budget.
make a huge difference.
We have to have.
So, going back to what you said, Corby and I discussed upping our township assistance
Mhm.
and upping any other areas where we might, the utility assistance.
Mhm.
If energy assistance doesn't happen, that's going to be
That's
Yeah,
gonna
huge.
take
touched.
a big
That's going
slug
to
of our budget to
be huge.
keep the
I
lights and
think
heat
there's-
on.
It looks like to me there's going to be a lot of changes in this area because of the work requirements or the volunteering requirements. And
If they can enforce.
trying
those, it's
to
done.
get people more self-sufficient and energized on their own.
I think
Yeah,
that'll be
it's-
years if it happens.
It will. And in the meantime, I think it's gonna hit us pretty hard.
I do too.
Because I don't think the organizations are gonna get the money that they used to.
I think it's gonna be across the board.
Yeah. So,
And pretty much put us out of business based on money,
yes,
lack of,
Right.
will be
that's exactly.
Yeah.
the plan here.
Mhm.
Yeah, so anyway, I think that's,
All for the business.
Well,
I
I think your
that's,
list is very good.
yeah, again,
Good job.
it's,
Do you need a motion on any of this?
not
at this
right
point?
now,
Just
this is,
information.
yeah, it
We'll
was,
go bring something.
yeah, and hopefully DLGF, they said they would have a template and everything ready, hopefully by next week.
Okay.
So coming to that August meeting, I was passing this out just because I didn't want there to be any surprises. But again, we have to
Appreciate that.
move.
This is really important. though.
It's very important and we have to
Extremely.
move quickly on it.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most important things.
Yeah.
Since I've been.
And then the only other thing I had was, what did I do with it? So Friday, August 8th is the State of the City. It's the chamber meeting.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be held, Beverly, if you need to go, you can, I can finish this out. It's 4
Is this the last?
This is, as far as I know, but I can finish
Uh-huh.
them, I can finish them in minutes, so you can,
Thank you.
yeah, if you need to go, go ahead. It's
Is that the
gonna,
mayor?
this is the mayor,
And he's having it off-site somewhere.
Right.
I was trying to, I get that information, I hope you can figure it out.
I did, I wrote it all down. So it's gonna be held out at that new, center, they're calling the Boom
Mhm.
Center.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of an not an all day, all afternoon event, so I just need to know, there's
On a Friday?
different, it's on a Friday, different price points. 12 PM is the ribbon cutting. 12:20 is the VIP, reception and tour, if you want to tour the facility.
How much is all of this?
Let me know in a second. 1 PM is the main reception, which included appetizers, drinks, that kind of thing. 2:30 PM actually is the program with the mayor.
That's something.
Okay, so for all of that, it would be $75 per person for a five pack, basically. And then you started going down. So if you wanted to do the tour, main reception, mayor, that's a different price point. If you just wanted to go to the program with the mayor, that's a different price point. It just depended on, but if you want to do the whole thing, it's $75, which isn't,
That isn't terrible.
It's
I
not
thought it might be
terrible.
worse.
some of
I
us.
thought it was much more than that.
Yeah, I thought.
Well,
it was-
I can do, there is an option of $400. That may, again, that's for a 5-pack. It's not much more than a normal chamber event. I know some of us here would like to tour the facility and do,
Yeah, I like to do all that, but I
Yeah.
didn't, I looked at the price of it.
I don't even know where.
Is
it's,
it out by
so,
Bowden Road, out that way?
yes, it's
On this
out,
way, By Bowden Road, going out 38 by IMI.
yeah,
It used to be Stony Creek.
they're calling it Innovation Mile.
Yes, they got a lot of stuff there.
I can get you an
Now, say that again now about the prices. Do you see the whole pack and you still get it for 75?
Yeah, because I
Dollars.
heard $125.
Oh, that's not what I saw at all.
Okay, but yeah, double check.
So $75, we could go with the
Whatever
If you
you
could
want.
go
ribbon
to-
cutting,
I think you can go to everything.
Hmm.
I just need to know, if you guys want to go to everything, we can
If
do
it
it.
was 75, I would consider that, but don't think it ought to cost 2 bucks.
Brad.
Yeah.
Well, she's saying if you get a 5-pack,
Yeah, it's $75 per person. There was a $400. There was a $400 option. I need to look at that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
double check that.
But I wrote down $75
Right.
per person.
Well, I wanna hook a ride with someone. I'm ready to run around all.
Okay, so all three of you would start with the ribbon cutting and do the whole program is what you're saying.
It's probably
No.
I have
to be seen for the extensive bill.
Yeah, like I said, I think some of us here were interested in going, so I think we might do it. We don't do much around
Make a motion, do it.
here. Okay.
Do we need a motion?
Make a motion to do it.
Well, we're spending money, but need money.
Yeah,
It's very, it's the
Well, then
one,
we
one
need
of
a
the
motion, I'll
lifetime, I
second
think.
it.
Yeah.
You know, think
Is
that big.
Boom, baby.
that's all I got.
Okay, then we need to close,
Go ahead.
do we need to close then?
Yeah, we will. 1 minute. Going back to the hearing on this capital improvement plan, I'm wondering, this is just a thought, that we get very little traffic through here. And I wonder, would we have people coming and so forth, or could we team up with maybe the city or something else and get maybe they could have a presentation too on whatever they're doing and make it more important, if you will, where people can come and we could accommodate more people and really show what our progress, if you will, or our challenges, and get a little more participation on this, because this is really the turning point of everything that has been in place since 1823.
Right.
I-
I think,
Not ready for it.
right, I think this year we just need to move on it.
Yeah, this year we need to.
And I
get this-
think next year, when we actually, okay, now we know we have to do this and we can plan more than 2 months.
Mhm.
I mean, they didn't hold the meeting until June 30th. So I've literally been scrambling the last 2 weeks trying to get a hold of attorneys in Corby and building renovation. I sent an email to Darren and said, I have to have estimates right now. Which was the other thing. So then that set forth a few other problems. So I am going to hire Ryan Metzger as a project manager to deal with all these construction people. When those plans went out, there were a lot of questions.
I bet.
They weren't complete. There was plumbing questions, electrical questions, mechanical questions. Ryan happened to be here because he's working on our shelter right now. And so I'm like, Ryan, can you help me? And so he started going through everything and he's like, yeah, this isn't complete. So I asked him, after a few more questions from contractors, I asked him if he's done construction his whole life. He's worked at the federal level. He's gone to Iraq and rebuilt and all those things. He's very qualified. He's only going to charge when I send him something or if he has to deal with somebody. So just be an hourly rate of $75 per hour.
Well, that's pretty cheap.
That's
very reasonable.
Yeah. So I feel like having him.
We need that, because I was thinking,
Yeah.
having worked with projects with the highway department, when they leave this stuff out, it is only gonna cost us. If they
It
come
is.
in, say, I'm just hypothetical, with $1 million, it could be 2 million when they get done, because that stuff is not there, it's not in the specs, it's not being bid on, and overrides, and
Yes.
this could be a disaster.
And that's exactly what happened. I had an estimate come in that was like $347,000, which made me question, which is why I asked him. And then he's like, no. And so he started looking at things. He gave me more of this estimate. And then another estimate came from a different contractor that was more in line with this.
That was my estimate too.
Right, yeah, it was all,
And I'm not qualified. It'll be interesting to
Right.
see when
yeah,
it comes out of it.
so again,
Who's writing the specs? Is he gonna help put over those specs? That's really, really important.
yes,
Okay.
right, yeah, I just said, you know what, I need to, with this going on,
Mm-hmm.
the videotaping going on, I was just like, I don't, you know, all these contractors coming through.
Now,
Yeah.
you're saying just for this stage, because some of these people will be coming in wanting to be construction manager for the whole project. So this
This
is
is-
just a pre,
This is strictly, and then who,
Getting it together.
it's strictly getting it together, and then whoever does it, it's Ryan coming in and making sure that the job is getting done correctly, which would then be potentially overseeing, or if a construction manager had questions, they could go to Ryan and not me.
Yeah. We
Um,
need someone that knows that. And
Yes,
some of these guys that bid, they may, in their bid, have a construction manager. Some of them
yeah,
have
that's
that.
what I'm trying to say.
yes, and that's fine.
But
Ryan would just be
he's going to
there.
be the contact
Yes.
Then he's
for
also
the
gonna be-
township
Yes,
to manage
And go review
your
it and take a look.
side of the project,
yes.
and that's very appropriate.
Yes, and if there's a plumbing question, they can go to him. If
Yeah.
there's an electrical, you know, oh, these lights can't be done because
Mhm.
whatever, they can go to him and,
What is the, I understand there's more work that needs to be done on our plans.
You mean,
just, they're,
There's still some things missing.
the electrical, plumbing, and mechanical's missing.
that's a bigger
And I
portion. That's
don't-
huge.
And we thought it was ready. I did.
Okay, well, it's our part, you picked out, it's what they haven't done. It's what our architects have not done.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's, yes,
Mhm.
there's questions on,
So what's the plan of getting it done? Have you had a conversation?
no, this all literally happened last week, or actually 2 weeks ago. I came back from that meeting, I sent Darren an email and said, I have to have some kind of estimate. You know, it's not, this isn't a bid, this isn't anything concrete, it's an estimate that I can put into this plan. He then shot it out to 3 contractors, those guys got in touch, we met last week, like, everything has just been going very quickly right now.
That was simple.
Yeah, it has been a snowball. So I can try and get proper things to you to go into this plan. So no. And again, that's when I said, I need to back up and ask Ryan.
Mhm.
I think that's a
I
good
think,
idea.
yeah, I think.
Yeah, I
you
did,
absolutely
yeah.
He
need
talks their language.
He does.
And you understand.
Yes, he
And he
does.
can
See
say, well,
any loopholes to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because sometimes you got a bid on this, but you needed this and this. You can look at that and go, wait a minute, this is only a partial bid.
Right.
We need more.
Well, he's
And
already caught
this is
several
a
things.
Yeah.
To get that stuff too.
It is a challenge.
You have to have somebody know what to do.
Right. I need somebody knowledgeable.
Yeah, because you're flying.
No,
in the
that's a
dark.
good
You don't
idea.
know. Well,
Right, especially somebody knowledgeable on that has the township's best interests.
Yes, right, you need somebody to represent us.
And he can help us with the community center too. 'Cause
Oh, he
there's so many
definitely will.
questions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you look at it, I was there when he was looking
Yeah.
at it and stuff. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
Now there's, I talked with the attorney, there is, I'm not sure, I need to ask him about the community center, but Ryan could definitely do the community center if that's the route, or if we need to get bids, that kind of thing. I
Well,
need to
I
verify.
think if it goes as much as he said it might, I think you will have to get this.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and
Um,
you'll want to do that.
Yeah, I think that's good.
yeah,
Okay, is there any other business?
So we're ready to.
yeah,
At this
I'm,
point.
yeah,
You're finished, Teresa?
I am.
Yeah.
finished.
You are finished. Underline.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Well, I'd make a motion to
I'll say that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No.
Yeah, let me go.
Motion carries. We are ending our meeting at 4:30, right on the nose. With a lot of new information. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's the Ron's last name?
That's great.
It's good to see,
I should